Fight against the sadness so you can fly, my friend. This is a very special message because we'll be talking about the present energy and how everything right at this point is coming back in whole circle. So many conclusions will be happening for many of you. A lot of understanding of your emotional block or emotional blocks and old patterns will be coming up, and many family wounds are healing right now. So I have a message with 6 different reminders for you that you may be experiencing right at this point. So my friend, how are you doing? Let me know in the comment section, how are you doing at this very unique time to see where are we and what are you going through, and maybe how well are you kind of sailing through everything or flowing through everything, or maybe it's a bit more tough right now. So let me know so people can notice, well, they're not alone that are moving through something. But also I want to let you know that everything is happening in your favor. Everything is already being prepared for you to win, right? Everything is being ready for you to win. So win, my friend. Winning means that you recognize that you're already a winner. You're already a winner, and you just need to manage things in your life so you can raise the frequency where you start to feel more at ease with yourself, more calm inside of your body. And we'll talk about all of that, so what all of this truly means. So my friend, are you feeling like many conclusions are happening right at this moment for you? There is an ancient saying that says there are places you haven't been where you already belong. This one is very powerful, and that's what you may be realizing right now. There are places you haven't been where you already belong. But the truth is, sometimes when we heal certain old patterns, we may come to the same places we've been before, but we see them completely differently. That's a moment when we experience many conclusions, we experience many breakthroughs, we experience many new realizations, and many new spontaneous manifestations come to us that would be described as miracles because we didn't expect them. So you may expect a lot of this happening right now. So I have named this video, It's All Coming Around in Full Circle. Well, everything is moving in cycles, in circles, something we've been also talking in the previous video, and it means sometimes you may be, running away from what is causing a great pain in your life, and it's completely okay. Like, it's much easier to heal from something that's constantly triggering you if you move away. So then you can go into introspection, reflection, you live your life on, and you learn new knowledge so you can integrate what may be helpful and therefore also heal these old behaviors and learn to, be more authentic, right? Be more truthful. It's a skill to be real, right? Tupac said, it's a skill to be real. Time to heal each other. So we are experiencing many conclusions, and if you would be drawing a line right now, it's like when you first start drawing a line, it's most probably a moment of decision when you've decided, I want to move away from this situation, I want to move away from these people, I want to move away from this job or from this place or whatever, and you've started moving away. So you've decided to go on a journey, you've decided to change your job, you've decided to move away from certain people, and you think you're drawing a straight line somewhere into the future, but what's actually happening on a long term, you're drawing a circle. So from the top perspective, like from the top looking down, it would look like you're drawing a circle. You're now changing a job, meeting new people, and these new people are sometimes embodying certain old characters, old personalities, but a bit differently, like a bit less intense. You've maybe found a new job that's a bit similar to the previous one, but less triggering or less boring or, less whatever. So things are improving. but they're still reflecting certain patterns from the past. That's what you're noticing. But as you're moving along that journey, there's less reflections from the past and more of new, spontaneous realizations and synchronicities and new events and new awakenings that are only introducing you to more of your inner knowing and inner intuitive senses that are kind of navigating you through life. And by listening to all these intuitive sensations, you're saying yes to your calling, and therefore you've started doing something completely new. Like I've started painting around 7 to 8 years ago, and I've just, keeping up with all of that, and it brought me to where I am right now. And it may look like it's still a straight line forward, but in a long term, we still see, it's a circle. At some point, we recognize this circle comes around, and we may notice that where we've started, we may actually come back to where we've started, but so much more evolved. So it may happen to some of you right now that you may be drawn to places where you've started this journey. Some of you may notice you've started meeting people from your old life, and you've noticed how much you've grown. Some of you may be noticing that maybe you want to do what you've been doing a long time ago, or maybe you've drawn into a career you've started a long time ago and quit it, or it's coming around full circle right now. But when we are more evolved and when we have a different perspective, more knowledge, we may notice that it's not truly a circle, it's an upward spiral. So we may come back to the old place, but see it in a completely new way. Why? So it reminds us firstly how much we've grown. It reminds us how much we've healed ourselves. It reminds us how much we are different now. Like, we're not in fight so much with what bothered us. Like, we're not victims of it anymore now. We see it more as a blessing. We see it more as, a field that is offering us something new so we can start a new circle, a new cycle of this upward evolution. So if any of this is happening right now, don't be sad if it feels like you're going back to basics or you're going back to where you've started, because you never come back the same as you went from it, right? You're never the same person, even though it may feel sometimes you are. A very powerful moment in our lives right now. Moment of many conclusions. The second reminder is that breakthroughs because of that will be happening. There is a theory of healing that says when you heal trauma, you heal the nervous system. When you heal the nervous system, you heal the emotional body. When you heal the emotional body, you heal the psychic, the empathic body. When you heal the psychic body, you heal vibration. Once the vibration is healed, realities change. So basically it means that sometimes you need to go back to where you've started to notice that you're not responding to that same environment in the same way you did before. That's the greatest sign of healing. Because you will also notice, well, maybe you've lost certain things during this time, or maybe you've gained many new things. The point is that you've changed. And when you notice that you've changed, that your vibration has changed, that your empathic body has changed, you've stopped people-pleasing, you've stopped feeling so much of the pain of others, and you've started reading more of the energy around you. That's why I've started this video with fight against the sadness so you can fly, right? So you can fly. That's what we're doing here. So you may be noticing before you've been affected by sadness and you became sad. Now you feel inspired by sadness so you can offer something that can heal sadness, right? That's how you fight against the sadness. You actually transmute it. You alchemize it, right? That's a sign that your empathic body has healed. So what does it mean that your nervous system needs to heal? Well, it means every time we are exposed to something traumatic, what what do? We kind of contract the muscles, right? And then if this scenario still stays present in our minds, we may be still triggering the same muscles even though we're not there in that scenario anymore. And because we are keeping up with contracting these muscles because we think we are in danger, it becomes a memory for the muscles and they suddenly become contracted. They can't relax anymore. You need to bring a lot of consciousness into these areas where we feel stiffness or we feel, tension. So we can bring intention into it, right? We can bring some breath, fresh breathing into these areas. That's how we start healing our nervous system. That's why meditation can be so powerful and yoga nidra can be very powerful. And any type of movement that is quite fluid can be very powerful when it comes to healing your nervous system. It brings a lot of breakthroughs because you may notice, same people from your past is not triggering you same way anymore. It's a sign that you've healed your nervous system. Very powerful thing that may be happening to you right now. It's a sign that your empathic body is healing. So you may be experiencing many breakthroughs during this time. So how to know that you're still holding on to certain trauma? Well, notice how you're responding to certain situations that are triggering to you. Notice where you feel tension in your body. Is this around your stomach? Is this around your heart? Is this maybe around your neck? Is this maybe in your face? Do you start contracting these muscles? Do you feel like the energy is not really fluid there? And then when you can, take some moment for yourself, if possible in nature, maybe even barefoot, be grounded, and just breathe into this area and imagine how muscles there are relaxing. Same as you've been keeping up with contracting and being stiff, now you need to keep up with relaxation and being more fluid. So you create a new memory in this muscle area, in this part of your nervous system, that it's okay to be relaxed, that you're safe, that you're okay. And then there will be more oxygen flow, more blood flow happening, and suddenly a certain part of your body may just become more vital and you may heal. Even physically, you may notice many signs, like maybe your skin will change, become maybe more, it will look healthier. Maybe your eyes, maybe, certain part of your body will just heal because you've healed your nervous system. This will cause many breakthroughs because also your energy field will change. You see, everything is connected, and that's what affects your reality. So if you think it's very hard to manifest for you, it's most probably because certain trauma is affecting your energy field. And by bringing a lot of relaxation into the parts of your body where you before felt a lot of, toughness, stiffness, tension, you can bring intention of healing into it, intention of peace, of relaxation into that part of your body, and make it a habit, a daily habit. Very powerful thing that may help you during this time as everything is coming around in full circle. The third reminder is that understanding of your emotional blocks and patterns because of that will become much more familiar during this time. So you may become more familiar with what was truly your emotional block. Like some of you may feel, I'm too afraid of doing this, so maybe I feel blocked, maybe I feel energetically blocked, or because certain philosophies, but the truth is, you may feel afraid of doing something you want to do because you're not good at doing it, and you can't become good at doing it without doing it. So you have to start, right? And to start something that's uncomfortable, it's good if you schedule it. So schedule it, write down a to-do list, and then stay true to it. When you stay true to something that matters to you, you're showing up for yourself, and this is a great act of self-love. So take care of this, and you will start to see more of What were your emotional blocks and old patterns that you're not repeating anymore? There's always more than what we see on the surface level, right? It applies to the bad stuff and it applies to the good stuff. So there's always more. Like sometimes we think, oh, my self-image or my self-esteem is not allowing me to thrive in my life. But the truth is, you haven't invested enough time into thriving in your life. That's why you are not thriving. So you need to wonder a little bit what thriving truly is for you. Don't look for excuses why you can't thrive, but look for reasons why you should. And ask yourself, what does it mean? Like for me, thriving means that I am fluid in my creative expression. It can be in painting, it can be in talking, it can be in making these videos, it can be in helping people through coaching. I'm offering coaching as well. Also, you can find a link in the description of this video if you would love to work with me. So to be fluid in that for me is a sign of thriving. When I'm doing that, I feel really good about my life. I feel like my life is going really, really well, and I'm just manifesting many great miracles when I feel like that. So this is a goal for me, to be in this kind of state every single day. And for that, I need to manage my life so I can have time for these things, right? I will not wake up and just go on my phone scrolling. I will wake up and meditate so I can find my center. Then I will read a book so I can, study some new subjects, because installing new information is like a food for creativity, because we can connect new dots and we can design new patterns and we can be inspired by new ideas and we can see life from a different perspective, and it truly is a food for creativity. And that's how we design new patterns. That's why sometimes we need to come back to where we've started, like maybe reading a book that we've read in the past, and we'll see a whole new knowledge in it, whole new insights in it. And that's what may be happening to you right now, like being drawn to books that you've read before, being drawn maybe to movies that you've watched before and seeing them through different eyes, being drawn to people from your past and just, maybe reawakening these relationships if that's something that's happening to you. Don't be pushed back if this happens. Be curious why it is happening, okay? The fourth reminder is that many family wounds are healing during this time. Again, an ancient saying says, pain moves through families until someone is ready to feel it. Is that you? So many of you who are being drawn to this kind of information are actually cycle breakers, which means that you're the one in your family tree that has decided to heal family wounds. So is that you, my friend? Because then it will make a lot of sense why you're the one, or maybe even perhaps the only one, that is seeing the toxic patterns in your family tree. That's why most probably you felt inspired to move away for a certain period of time, or maybe even forever, to heal your family wounds. You just need to be aware, are you still running away, or are you actually walking in love and allowing anything that finds you, right? Because running away means that when life turns you around, like coming back into your family because of certain unknown reasons, you accept it, you go there and you see what will happen. Running away means that you walk away from people out of fear. It's completely okay if that's the motivation to heal. But if it stays an act of fear, then you will never heal. So life will most probably turn you around and go back into, circle of people that trigger you because there's something you're not seeing. And that's why everything is moving in circles, because sometimes we just forget where we've started, and sometimes we just forget why we have moved away, And sometimes there's something we could learn but couldn't see because of our fear. I always say to you, learn from older people. Even though many of your family members may hurt you in the past, there's still a lot of wisdom in them. Maybe not all of them, but some of them can teach you something you couldn't see before. Like, your parents wanted the best for you, but they showed it in a way that was very unhealthy or even destructive for you. But later in life, you may start to understand why they said it this way, and then you can have a bit more compassion for them, right? This is again a reason why everything is moving in circles, because that's how we learn the most. So for some of you, it may be more intense time, more painful time, more, I don't know, challenging time, but see it as a healing time. See it as how the universe wants you to heal your family wounds. So don't forget about your boundaries, and don't forget about your self-care, your time for yourself, your solitude when you need it, okay? It will lead you into what I have, the fifth reminder for you, trauma releasing. Trauma releasing. A very poetic saying by Tanya Hart is that, may we shed with grace, may we heal at a gentle pace, and through it all, may we breathe from a joyful space. Right? And that's how we release the trauma. We become aware of it. We notice how it makes us feel. And we breathe into it. We feel it. And we come across understanding that it takes time to heal. Time heals all if we allow ourselves to heal, right? If you stop saying to yourself how stupid you are, how ugly you are, how dumb you are, how whatever crazy you are, and you become more kind and compassionate towards yourself when things are not healing immediately, you see, what you keep up with will eventually change, and the change will become visible when you see it, when you choose to see it. So you can choose to see right now how much you've healed, how much you've changed, or you can be ignorant and say, oh, nothing is changing, and you stay stuck in an old box of thinking. So life is truly teaching you to open up your mind and see what is already present. And be peaceful-hearted enough so you can know that things are changing, right? So you can see that. This is a very, mindful approach to things. But it also brings us realizations. Why something needed to end. And why something needed to hurt us. Because all hurts of life are activations of our potential. That's why we need to install new knowledge, so we start to understand that pains are stepping stones towards our potential. All pains are stepping stones towards our potential. If you don't believe that, find those who've been born with certain disabilities. Like, some people have been born without hands and they've learned to paint with their feet or their mouth. Some people have been born without legs and they've learned to compete in Olympic Games. Some people have learned with certain other disabilities and became great thinkers and wrote many books or became great scientists. Study those people if you think that your pains of life haven't taught you anything. Reflect a little bit. That's what it means that knowledge is power. When you see things through the eyes of someone else, you may just notice how blessed you already are, right? And that will lead you to the sixth reminder I have for this time you may be experiencing, which is surrendering. The universe is saying to you today, they didn't leave you, I moved them out of your way. Money didn't leave you, I moved it out of your way so you would start appreciating a little bit more what makes you more humble. So we would start appreciating a little bit more the nature of this reality. which is connection. So you would start appreciating a little bit more a fresh new day that has been offered to you. Maya, my partner, often says in the morning, look, we've been given another day. And I just become grateful when I hear that. So think about how much you can humble yourself here and there, so you can appreciate the little things that mean or that meant nothing to you in the past because you've been too occupied with the things you don't have. That's the art of surrendering. It doesn't mean that you will not win big and that you will not get what you want. Maybe you will, maybe you will not. Who knows, right? But it means that you can move towards it with greater pace and gratitude, which obviously heals your biology. Science says when we practice gratitude for at least 10 minutes in a day, our bodies produce the chemistry that heals unhealed cells. It heals our brain. We can suddenly start to think more clearly. We feel more at peace. We feel more safe. And because of that, we become more creative. And creativity is the power that helps us to find solutions at the times when we're exposed to life's greatest challenges, right? So if we are able to be more grateful, to be more at peace, to be more grounded, we will look at challenges just as signs from life where to maybe turn our heads into a different direction and where to see our pains as stepping stones. So my friends, I hope you found great value in today's video. I hope you've enjoyed in today's painting. And to anyone who would love to support my art, you can find it in our store, AttractPassion.com, or our Etsy store, I Draw My Passion. Go there and check it out. If any of it resonates with you, it's a sign that it's for you. To anyone who would love to work with me one-on-one, I'm offering one-on-one coaching. You can find the link in the description of this video. We still have some of available spots, so check it out. And thanks to everyone for joining our Patreon community. You can join our community chat. You can join it for free. You can use any other option, so check it out for the exclusive content. And till next time, one love.